Hi, today is day 4. We're going to do a 20-minute full body. We're going to focus on side body work for full body. So if you just take a seat on your mat, you need one heavier weight, 5 pounds to 10 pounds, I would say. And that is it. So we'll just start with some breathing lateral flexion. So bring both arms out to your side, take a deep inhale. And exhale, reach and stretch. Try to keep that opposite hip grounded or glute to the ground and bring it back up. And then reach and stretch. Take your inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On this next one, we're going to reach and stretch. Hold it, add rotation, gazes towards that mat, and your bicep stays by your ear. Unrotate, bring it back up, and then exhale as you reach and stretch. Add that rotation. Take a breath through that rib cage, release it, reach and stretch. Nice job. Okay, so we're gonna start in a sideline position. You can either come all the way down with your head resting on your bicep, or you can prop yourself up on your forearm. You do need your weight. Your legs are going to be long, and you're going to prop them forward a little bit. So they're about 45 degrees, well, not quite 45, but close. Your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked, your elbows underneath your shoulder. You're tucking that tummy in tight. And then we're going to place that weight, if you want to use it, on top of your outside of your thigh. And we're just going to keep those feet flexed and lift and lower that top leg. So just moving it there. Keeping those feet nice and parallel. If you start in this propped up position, just, and you need to come down because your shoulder is grumpy, you can easily just slow line all the way flat. Holding it here for a few more, lowers and lifts. Make sure you really have a good flexed foot. You're engaging the muscles a little bit differently when your foot is flexed. Make sure that chin is back and not sticking out your head. A couple more here. Start to feel heavy if you're using that weight especially. Next time your leg is up at hip height, you're gonna point through that foot, but keep it parallel. You're gonna tap it back and then tap it forward. So you're creating an arch over that bottom foot as you move it back and forward. Again, thinking about keeping that core in place, or the whole hip area. We're not rocking our hips forward and backward. Holding it. Using the weight definitely makes us feel more spicy. So just keep moving. If you have to move the weight off your leg, do so. That's totally fine. Breathe here. A couple more. Again, make sure you're keeping that tummy tucked so you're not rocking your hips. It's using as a stabilizer your abs. And bring it back in. Whew. And then we are going to, oh my gosh, I completely lost my train of thought. We're going to sweep the leg forward. So keeping it at hip height, you're going to point your foot as you sweep it forward and flex as you bring it back past the lower leg. And then bring it forward and back. Forward and back. Forward, back. So again, we don't want to be rocking our hips forward and back. You want to try to keep them stacked and stable, just moving that leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Sweep it all the way back, bring it back and lower it on down. You can move that weight. We are going to come lying on down this time. So keep your knees bent, legs stacked. We are going to lengthen that arm underneath us. I'm going to have my palm facing the ground because I need that a little more support. You're going to press yourself up with the hand that's in front, and then you're going to lower yourself down. So use the arm to lift yourself up. That bottom arm could come up and off the ground, or you could keep it on the ground for a little more support, but just keep a lot of weight in the hand that's in front of your body. So getting a little arm work, triceps, chest, holding it here for a few more. 5, This is definitely more challenging to lift your arm like that. So you could try that for a few. We have 3, 2, last one, and lower it on down. Whew. And then you're going to prop yourself back up to that forearm. Everybody, if you can, go on your forearm. We are going to work on hip lifts. If you want to grab that weight, you don't need it. We're going to lift the hips up and bring your arm up and down. I'm actually going to go to my hand. You could stay on your forearm. Get a greater range of motion though, going on your hands. So as you pull yourself up, pull that navel in, squeeze through those glutes. Feel those obliques lifting your hips and your upper body, or your core. Now we're gonna add a leg extension. So you're gonna extend that leg out and bring it in. Pull those abdominals in on the lift. Squeeze through those glutes. Extend that arm and leg up. Drop that weight anytime if you need it. A few more here. Last one. And bring it on in. Lower that weight all the way down. We're gonna remove the weight altogether, especially if you have a heavy weight. We're gonna come up into a modified side plank. So that leg, top leg is long. Hand under the shoulder or forearm. Arm is up. You're gonna lift and lower this leg. So prop it forward a little bit, flex through that foot. Lift and lower, lift and lower. So more stabilization is needed through that core because we're up higher here. For 6, 5, 4, 3. And if at any point you need to lower yourself down and come out of this, that's totally fine. 1, hold it, point through that foot. We're gonna have little leg circles. Holding that in one direction. Tuck that tummy in tight for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give that leg a rest, take a breath, lift it up, reverse. Circles, little size of softball, size of a volleyball for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. You're gonna reach that arm overhead. Try not to fall forward like I am. And then we're going to get a side bend in. Reach and stretch. Hover the leg as you reach and go in that lateral flexion. So we're trying to bend the rib cage to the hip, but not rotate forward. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Whew. Let's come out of that for a moment. I have both legs bent but not stacked. I'm going to actually take a stretch to the opposite side. Stretch out my arm, the side of my body that was holding me up. And then we're going to come back one more time on this side to a plank. You can go on your arm, your forearm. I think I'm going to go down to my forearm. We're going to do a full plank if you can, otherwise stay in the modified. Legs are both long, one leg in front of the other. Lift that arm up, holding it here. Squeezing it in. I'm actually gonna go to the higher plank. This is a lot on my shoulder. We're gonna add 3 rotations. So you're gonna bring that top arm down and around, rotate it through, and back up. Down and around, rotate it through, back up. Last one, down and around, rotate it through, and back up. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Let's definitely stretch out this arm. We worked it a lot. Take a breath. See where I'm at. My time. Just in time for side 2. And we'll get a little stretch at the end of our abductors that we're working. Again, I'm gonna go on my forearm. You can go all the way down if that's better, especially if you have any shoulder issues. Stack your legs, stack your hips, stack your shoulders. You have that one weight, feet flexed, lift and lower. Side 2 should feel harder because we already had to engage that side to hold ourselves up. So you are going to feel it probably quicker. So if you ever have to drop that weight or just take a break, it's totally fine. 4, keep that that foot nice and flexed. 3, toes forward, tummy tucked. 2, and 1. Hold that leg at hip height, point through that foot. Tap, actually we'll tap it back and tap it forward, creating that arch over that bottom leg. So lift it up and over. Keep your tummy tucked. So again, we're working those abductors, the side glute muscles, which are the glute mid and mean. This is great for any knee issues, strengthening that leg, or, having strong side legs is important in everything we do. Finishing this up for 4, 3. Try not to sink into that arm. I'm just feeling myself do that. 2. Last one back, last one front. Bring it back. Lower it down for a moment. Ooh, I'm really feeling it. Okay, lift it up to hip height. You're pointing and sweeping that leg forward and flexing and bringing it back. So this is where you really need to focus on engaging that core. So we're not rocking those hips as we move our leg. So no rock forward, no rock back. And my leg is feeling this. On fire. For 5, 4, I have to take the weight off. 3, 2, last one. And lower it down. Ooh, you can give it a little punch to your glute if you need it. Lower or bend through those knees, no weight here. Lower yourself down. This is where we have that front arm in front of us, and we're going to press ourselves up and lower it down. So it's a little bit more arm work here. If you want to add that really hard position with that arm, you can do that. I'm just going to keep mine on the ground as we lift and lower. So I'm feeling it. It's working the triceps. It's working the front part of the chest, especially that in between the armpit and your chest muscles. For 5 and 4. Try to be light on that bottom arm if you're doing what I'm doing. 3, 2, really press that palm into the mat. Last one. Nice job. Bring that arm in. Grab that weight. We're gonna go right up. I'm actually gonna go to my hand this time. Go right up into those hip lifts. So lower and lift. So tap the hips down. Reach that arm up. Squeeze through those glutes as you lift up. Squeeze everything in through that belly. If you need to drop the weight and not use the weight, that's totally fine. Reach that leg up and back. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Whew, lower it down. Okay, now we're gonna go into that modified side plank. So again, you can be on your forearm or your hand. You're gonna lift yourself up. Bottom leg is bent, arm is up, lift up that leg. We're just gonna tap it and lift. Tap, lift. Holding here, foot is flexed, toes forward, tuck tummy. Rib cage drawn in. The more you engage the core, the more you're gonna work it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, take a breath. Lift that leg up, point that foot, start those little leg circles in one direction. Keep breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Dying tonight. Lift it up. Reverse. Breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you're shaking like me. Lower it down. I need to bring it down for one moment. Move my wrist, my shoulder. We have that side bend, so lifting it up. Reach that arm overhead, hover that leg. Reach elbow to knee. Keep breathing. For 5, 4, reach that body. 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Whew, we have one more move here. Move out those wrists. We're gonna go into that full plank, or you just stay where you're at. So I have my top leg forward, my bottom leg back. I'm gonna lift it up into that side plank, holding, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes, pulling the navel in. I'm gonna add that rotation down and through, and bring it back, and rotate, and bring it back. You easily can do this in modified. Hold it for 5, 4, I'm very shaky, 3, 2, and 1. Goodness, okay. Let's cross one arm over the other. Stretch those shoulders out a little bit. And the other arm over the other. Switching sides. You can go into a figure 4 stretch of your choice. Probably the most comfortable is lowering it down, crossing one leg over, pulling that hamstring in. Maybe you can extend that leg up. Pull that thigh towards you, really stretching it out. You could even cross that leg over, maybe look in the opposite direction, extending an arm long. And then bring it back through center, switch sides, cross the other leg over, maybe extend that leg up. Take a couple deep breaths here as you hold your stretch, just to calm everything down. Maybe cross that leg over, look in the opposite direction. Getting some good spinal rotation. And bring it back through center, hug your knees in, roll up like a ball all the way up. One deep breath, and you are set. Hope you enjoyed that, thanks.